All right, some big news from Fort Wayne. We have Mike Nutter, president of the Tin Caps, on the phone with us here to help us out. Hi, Mike. How are you?
Hi, great. It's great to be on with you guys this morning.
So the big news, and people may not have heard it earlier this week, Fort Wayne was voted the what was it, Carrie? The best city to live in?
Number one. Oh, yeah, that one? Yes, we were the best city in Indiana in which to live.
Yesterday, we found out that for another year in a row, that Parkview Field was voted the number one ballpark in America. And now what does that make it, Mike? 6 of the last 7 years?
Yeah, I guess you're not supposed to brag, but since you asked, that's 4 in a row and 6 of the last 7 years. And you know what? We're proud as a staff, but what you said about the best place to live in Indiana, we've known this for a while, about the best place to live.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember I moved here 18 or 19 years ago from Nashville, Tennessee, and within the year it's one of the worst cities, and it's one of the fattest and dumbest, and we never thought any of that was true, but that was just the reputation. We took a lot of hits back then, and the neat thing is such a positive run the community and region are on for the last 10, 15 years. We're blessed to be a part of it.
Well, the Tin Caps, I believe, helped, and Parkview Field, of course, helped to turn around. I think it was a turning point once the ballpark was in, they were successful, and then could just come downtown. Just come downtown on the weekend when the weather's warmer and look around what's happening down here. It's unbelievable.
You're exactly right. Some of our friends with the Padres that we've been with for a long time said, out when you were out at Memorial Stadium, we knew it was good, it was fine. We just didn't know there was a downtown. We didn't know one existed. They were kind of laughing, but we always knew it was safe. It was a fine place to be, but there just wasn't enough activity at night. And that's not to take away from all the great places downtown, but we helped kind of be an anchor in that. I saw in the Stadium Journey article, Councilmember Crawford said, it was the tipping point for downtown. And he's also joked before that it might have helped him not get elected one time or reelected. But city people believed in it, and here we are getting ready to start season number 10, and the accolades are great. We obviously share them with the fans because without their support, there would be no awards like this.
So a ballpark experience means not just going to the game. It means what? Concessions and the seating options and the in-game promotions. And you're constantly working on refreshing and keeping that stuff fresh, aren't you?
That's exactly right. Michael Limmer, who's normally on with you guys, tied up this morning, but he heads our marketing department, and conversations are going on this week. Literally, there's another one today to plan out the theme nights. With 70 home games, you're trying to keep it fresh so it's not the same show all the time. And we've been meeting a lot lately about food options and changing things up and again, keeping it fresh and new. And the one other part about that award is that they look outside the walls, and that's where I think it keeps us number one, because there's a lot of great ballparks around the country. We know that. But it also talks about economic development downtown and things like that. We know what's going on with the riverfront. We're not taking credit for that. We hope that everything goes on great with the GE Electric Works project. That looks great. But then they've also looked at some of the buildings that have popped up and Cityscape Flats just to our west and things like that. And sometimes you'll hear from studies, well, do ballparks really do much for economic development? And I don't want to speak for other cities, but in ours, it's done well.
Absolutely.
So we're certainly proud of that.
Absolutely. Well, by the way, if you just tuned in, we're talking to Mike Nutter, president of the Tin Caps, about this number one ballpark ranking that just came out again.
I've said this before about Parkview Field. You walk in, and it's so cosmopolitan, the look and the feel. And the fact that you can do stuff there year round, that's amazing.
Yeah, that's the other big thing. We were out there for the what is the event in October? The walk for
Making Strides.
Making Strides.
Yeah,
exactly right. 5,000 to 7,000 people at the time of year when another ballpark would be probably closed. And so 2 real quick ones on that. I received a letter from somebody at Lincoln Financial one time. And they said, Mike, I just wanted to say thanks. So I kept reading because you don't always get those. And she said, I just went over 150 pounds lost because of the ballpark being open. I walk and jog there every day.
That's right.
And that just makes you feel proud. I didn't do the work. I could stand to lose a little on my own. But this person just said it's a part of the community. And then another story I'll tell you real quick is, we've met 5 to 10 couples the last few years I would say 75 years and older that have come to the ballpark because it's open, most of the time. And I'll stop if I'm out on the concourse. Hey, what's going on? We moved away from Fort Wayne 15 years ago, but people told us we had to come down. And I never thought our downtown could be like this. And again, not just the ballpark, but the whole thing.
Yeah.
And that's just cool to be a part of.
Well, it's just the beginning, Mike, and that's what we're all excited about, and all the great things that are coming that you mentioned earlier. So listen, let us know anything we can do for you, anything happening. We're always here, okay?
Absolutely. You guys are the best, and we appreciate the support.
Well, congratulations to you and your team out there as well. Thank you.
Fort Wayne's Morning Show.
I think they have good chemistry, and they work really well together.
Jim and Carrie in the morning on Fun 101.7.